Aloha. So I wanted to talk today about the polarities in the Hawaiian Islands. Kauai is the most westerly point of the Hawaiian Islands, and it has a Hindu temple monastery where you can go and meditate and be in peace. I bought these beautiful stone bracelets there. It's a very sacred place. There's so many waterfalls and mountains and greens and ocean. Lots of beauty here on the island. But the intense energy of where I was living in Kauai has shown me how prominent mental illness is in the United States and how we really need to start educating and working upon it. The Hawaiian Islands represent the 7 chakras, starting from the Big Island, which is the last volcanic eruption, all the way to where I am. This is the last public island. There's one island after this island, but it's only for locals, and that is the crown chakra. So Kauai is the third eye chakra. And what that means is it's very good for meditation. It's a very spiritual place. But I feel like a lot of people here are stuck in their third eye chakra, in their meditation, in their spiritual practice, and they don't know how to get out of it. I came because someone recommended this place to me from where I was living in Byron Bay, and my parents just happened to book a resort here. They were going to meet me in Hawaii for Christmas, and they happened to book a resort here in Kauai, so I thought, someone suggested Kauai, my family's going to Kauai, so why not start at Kauai? My experience. So I came to Kauai and I wound up finding a full-time job at a amazing grocery store, but also a kitchen called Papayas. They have organic and local food as much as possible. And I wound up finding a house across the street, and the beach is right across the street. So not only do I see palm trees and ocean, I hear the ocean at night, and it's incredible. I got to live in this beautiful room and practice lots of yoga, so I spend a lot of my time doing yoga here. I live on there's a beautiful bike path here in Kapaa. This is the downtown city area where I've been living. Pa'a in Hawaiian means to be stuck or stagnant, and I have been really struggling here, and I can imagine a lot of people do as well. Here in Kapaa, there's many homeless and mentally ill people just on the street, hanging out at the park. I was told that Kauai is a negative vortex, and where I was living previously before this is known as a positive vortex. And now I'm seeing what that means. So in Byron Bay, it's known as a positive vortex. It's mostly women living in that area. And it's very progressive, very conscious, very community-based, going really quickly, spiraling up. I landed in Kauai, and it's very highly dominated by men, masculine energy, lots of aggression, and I think that is what kind of makes it a negative vortex, a negative spiral. I felt very stuck, very unsafe, very insecure, and I've never felt that way in my life. I've never been so dark, so depressed, so confused, so lost. There is no middle class here. You're either working 3 jobs or you have 3 houses. It's a very rough way of living. It's very hard, and I really truly respect the people that do live here, as it's very difficult. A lot of it was built in the 50s when Hawaii became a US state. Hasn't really been upgraded. Kauai is kind of back in time, 10 to 15 years I'd say, with a lot of the way things are. Then there's the really, really rich tourists like Mark Zuckerberg, who owns Facebook. They own property here. So the really rich tourists buying all this property is increasing the pricing for the housing all over Kauai. And so the housing is one of the most expensive housing areas in the United States of America. And even Hawaiians are not able to afford their rent here, and they have to move off island because the rent is just outrageous here. So, dealing with homelessness, people being kicked out of their homes, there's lots of poverty. There seems to be no real middle class. It's really, really wealthy people, tourists, and then the working people / poverty. So it's a very intense, it's really diverse in 2 polarities. There is a lot of tension between the natives and the tourists, but also the white people they call Hawaiis that have moved to the island. I realized here is, a lot of these people who are mentally ill are either, recovering from being on lots of medications for their mental illness, and then they just decided to come to Kauai and stop taking them. Or I met some people that I work with who are over-medicated for their mental illness, and it seems like the doctors don't connect with their patients enough, or there are too many patients to connect individually with. And I want to help connect and reduce medications for people, because there are other options, and there needs to be more connection, there needs to be more alternatives to just seeing you once a month, giving you a medication, blah blah blah. Not really decreasing the dosage, just always increasing the dosage. And so Kauai made me realize I did want to go to medical school, and I decided to travel the world. I may not want to go to medical school, but I definitely want to be involved in writing prescriptions for people and helping them reduce their medications. And that's what Kauai has taught me.